Hello again, Year 2s. I hope you're doing well. It's wonderful again to be together to do some lovely maths learning. So grab your journals and your learning partner and let's begin. Here I've got a statement which I'm about to read to you. What I'd like you to do is, after I've read it, pause the video and just have a think and discussion with your learning partner about what I have just read. Okay, and then we can move on with our in focus task. So I'm going to read it out now. Sometimes we can afford something, but we don't have the exact amount of money. So we give a higher value of money and then we receive some change. So have a discussion about this and we'll come back to get that in a moment. Okay, hopefully you've just had a few ideas about what I've just read to you. Our in focus task today says that Charles had £100. Okay, he had £100 that he was going to use to spend on a few things. So he bought a cake which cost £25, and then he also bought a pair of shoes which cost him £65. How much money did he have left? Now I'd like you to pause the video again and have a discussion about what you need to do. So I'm going to tell you that this solution to finding what you've got to do or how much money you've got left has got 2 steps. It's a 2-step problem. So what I'd like you to do is think about what the 2 steps are. What do you need to do first and what do you need to do next? What's the second step of finding the solution? When you've discussed that with your learning partner, we'll come back together and see what you've got to do. Okay, hopefully you've had to think about this, and like I said, there are 2 steps that we want to think through and embed this in our brains so that as we move on we can work out what we need to do. So the 2 steps are that you've got to remember how much money Charles had altogether, okay? And then the next step is to think about how much money he's got left. Now, what kind of mathematical operation would you have to use if you're thinking about what's left or what is remaining? Okay, so have a think about that before we move on. So let's talk about this a bit more. It's kind of an inverse of what we did on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we were bringing together 2 amounts to make a total cost, to find out the total cost. Here, I have got a total amount of money already. In Charles's case, it was £100, and I'm representing it here using my bar model. Okay, now he spends 25 on the cake, he spends 65 on the shoes. How much money has he got left out of the £100? Okay, so once again he's got 25 for the cake, 65 for the shoes. How much has he got left? So the best way to work out is how much he spent first, which was our first step. Okay, we know how much he had altogether, which was £100. The next is how much he spent altogether. So we're going to add up what he spent, which is 25 add £65, that makes £90. So Charles spent £90 altogether. Okay, and we've got it represented here in notes as well. Now, when we've got how much he spent altogether, we're going to take that amount away from what he had to begin with, the total that he had to begin with. So he had £100 at the start, he spent £90, therefore 100 take away 90 is £10 and Charles had £10 left. Okay, first it says here we should find how much money Charles spent altogether. That's what we did. So we added together what we did, what he spent first. There is another way of doing it where you could subtract 65 from 100. Yeah, so you could subtract £65 and then another £25, and then you could work out that you still might get to £10, or you could subtract 25 and then 65 and still get to £10 that would be left over. Okay, there are lots of different ways that you're doing this, but the basis of our working is that we are subtracting and not adding this time. You are adding what you spent, but you're taking away the total amount you spent from what you had at the beginning. Okay, at any point you are confused or not sure, please go through this part of the video again with your learning partner. Okay, let's move on. Now, what I'd like you to do is, with your learning partner at home, have a go at this problem. Okay, it says here, Emma buys a calculator for £8. She buys a dictionary for £9. She gives the cashier £50. How much change does Emma get? So think through our bar model. We've already got a diagram for you. I apologize for that. Already got the bar model diagram here. What I'd like you to do is think through the steps again. So go back to our slides and think through the steps and work out how much change Emma gets and how much she spends. First of all, how much change she gets. Now the change you get, so if you go to a shop with your mummy or daddy or any adult, when they give the cashier or the shopkeeper some money, you get a little bit of change back. So the money that is left is the change you receive. Okay, so think about the two steps. I've got them written down here for you. How much did he spend altogether? How much money does he have left? Okay, have a go and we'll come back together to move on. For today, and probably for this weekend, we have got an activity set up for you. You are going to set up your own supermarket shop at home. Okay, you could put up toys for sale. You could put up, maybe if you did a baking session at home, you could sell the cake to your mummy or daddy. Tag the items that you want to sell in your shop with a price. Okay, it could be £10, £15, £35. You decide how much each item costs. Set up your shop and invite people to come along, and then ask them to buy 2 items and ask them to give you more money than the items need. Okay, how much change are you going to give them? How did you calculate this? Can you use a bar model to show them in your journals? Okay, so have a go at this. I'm sure you'll be all superstar cashiers and shopkeepers. I'm looking forward to seeing how wonderful this is going to turn out. I can feel it in my bones that you're going to have super fun doing this. So have a go. We look forward to hearing from you, and we cannot wait to see how amazing this turns out. Have a fabulous weekend, guys. See you all very soon. Bye for now.